Welcome back. Earlier in module one, we have seen that Claude is pretty good with creating artifacts, right? So I just brush you through the artifact creation. It's like Claude is not that expert in creating like accurate information when you're asking questions and all, but Claude is really good with creation of apps, websites, and all those interactable applications, right? So these are called artifacts, which is a particular feature of Claude where you can like tell Claude your requirement and Claude can create HTML or Python and similar types of programming language can be used for creating interactable content, which you can share with your friends and colleagues. Right. So these are called artifacts. And I was in that module one, we had seen how initially we saw how we can create a BMI calculator, then we create a growth chart like comparison like app and so on, right? One Bhutan nomogram and so on, right? So now in this particular module, we will see how Claude can be used in education also, like how a PG or a resident or a doctor can use Claude for various educational purposes, okay, using the same artifact feature. Okay, so let's create some very interesting medical apps using Claude. All right. So the step one for always when you're planning to create something, the step one is to get a really good idea, right? So that's brainstorming. So obviously we will be having so many interesting ideas on depending on our specialty, like what exactly we can create, what exactly we can develop using such AI technology. When an AI developer is with us, who's ready to create anything for us based on our imagination, right? So I was just thinking, like, why can't we use AI itself to brainstorm for us, right? Suppose if we are having only two ideas, AI will help us to expand it into multiple ideas, right? So many ideas can be generated in that way. So among the different AIs that we have seen in module one, my favorite one is Gemini. So especially with the new update in Gemini, which is called Gemini 3 Pro, the quality of brainstorming, quality of such suggestions is very, very good with Gemini. Okay. So what I've done is I went to Gemini. Okay. And I asked some questions. So we'll brush through those questions, brainstorming sessions, and we will see what exactly Gemini came up with. Okay. So this was the prompt that I gave to Gemini. Let me enlarge it. Okay. So you are able to see it, right? So this was a question that I asked Gemini. So I want to create a Claude artifact to help with neonatology residents to learn about neonatal stroke. Okay, so this is more like an educational app rather than a calculator. So, okay, give me some ideas and what all materials can be given as sources. So these were the things that I've given to Gemini. Okay, so I went used Gemini 3 Pro. The 3.2 models are there. One is called fast model, which gives the answer quickly, but answer will be shallow. But the other one is a thinking model or the 3 Pro model, which gives excellent answers after thinking for some time. Okay, so it took around 30 seconds for me to for the AI to give the answer, and it gave me some interesting concepts. Okay, so initial one was a stroke versus mimic interactive algorithm creator. So the its idea was to create some an interesting a dashboard in which there will be multiple set of symptoms and interactive checklists, so the resident can go to the checklist and whether they are able to decipher which all requires which are the actual strokes and which are the mimics, and followed by giving some imaging choices to help with the visual diagnosis and so on. Okay, so when I thought of the idea, the problem is Claude is not that good with visualization. In Just before the session, you in Notebook LM, you have seen Notebook LM was excellent at creating different types of visualization, especially medical visualizations, MRI, then retinoscopy, like ultrasound visualization, everything accurately. But Claude is not that good. So if I try this, it will be a flop show, right? It will not work out well. So I decided to go for the second option. Second was a vascular territory mapper, which is a visual education tool for linking anatomy to clinical presentation. visualization. Again, interactive diagram of neural brain. The user hovers over a vessel and try to identify it. So a pop-up appears telling the various clinical signs, seizure types, and likely outcome. Again, since it has a visual element, I was again doubtful whether Claude will be able to do that. So I went to the next one. It was again a calculator, acute management calculator and checklist. Then I thought like we have already discussed the calculator in module 1, right? Then why we should repeat it again and again? Then I went for the next option. This one was really interesting. So that's then I decided to take it. So it was called a night call simulator, okay, which is a gamified learning platform. Okay, this will have multiple scenario, right? And it will have so many choices. So the resident can choose the various choices to see what are the impact of those choices, and based on that they will be able to get a scoring whether that is accurate or not. And from that it's almost like a game, but based on various scenarios in a neonatal ICU and regarding stroke. And so the it will be easier for the resident to learn those clinical outcomes, right? So I thought like, okay, so this is an excellent thing, right? So in my original question, in addition to the app suggestion part, I also asked for the source material. Okay, so it's suggested me like these are the ideal sources that can be given. Like in Claude, you remember like when we create the artifact, there's an option to attach file also. When you attach the file, the good part is like it will be taking the data out of the file alone, so that whatever that is given in the file will be reflected in the app. Otherwise, Claude will try to get information by itself. Then there will be hallucination. There will be so many errors and so on. So it's always better if whenever you are trying to build medical apps using Claude, it's always better to like attach like reference material. Okay. So it is suggesting me there's an AHA scientific statement of which is released in 2019. Then Canadian Pediatric Society document is there. ACCP guidelines is there. So I thought like, okay, different materials are available. So I got a clear-cut idea like what exactly the app should be built and what are the reference material. All right. So this was step number 1. So let me go back. Okay. Now we come to step 2. Okay, step 2 is creating the reference material. So obviously it suggested me 3 reference materials, so I can directly go to the internet and get information from there. Then I thought of a next level. I thought like, okay, if I just add these 3 material, it may not be adequate, right? There should be a bit more comprehensive information. Then I thought of something called deep research. Okay. So deep research, I'll just show you what exactly is deep research. So when you open Gemini, okay, so let me open Gemini. And when you click on the tools option, you will see an option called deep research. Okay, so when you activate that, automatically one blue color tag will appear here. Okay, now what deep research is that usually, you know, when you ask something to Gemini, it will give you the answer, but the answer will not be based on that much reliable sources, right? But if you want to know something in a thorough manner, say you want a highly a deep something that is deeply investigated after referring hundreds or even 500 articles and like high authority websites, and if you have such a material and whatever that is that you want, that reference material is meticulously created after reading all these. Okay, then it will be of high quality, right? Say usually, say you are invited to a talk to one particular conference, and you are anxious like whether you will be able to answer all the questions of the audience and also on. Okay, that time. I'm sure that you will be like spending a lot of time in the library, or you will be searching internet and PubMed for finding all the associated articles, all the latest update on that particular topic, so that you will be up to date, right? So deep research is the same thing. Only difference is like instead of you doing the research, Gemini is doing the research. Okay, the same feature is available in ChatGPT also. If you open ChatGPT, you will see a similar feature called deep research. So let me open my ChatGPT. Here, when you click on the plus icon, you will see the option called deep research. Okay. So both the tools have the deep research feature. Between the two, Gemini's deep research is better. Okay. It's like when you are asking for a 5,000 word this thing, it will sometimes give you 25 pages or 30 pages of content, which are 100% accurate and will have some 50 to 100 references also. Okay. On the other hand, if you go for the research option of ChatGPT, it will be a bit more laser focused, but will be having lesser number of references. Say you are specifically asking for a 2,000 word write up on one particular topic, it will be properly, it will be exactly 200, or maybe a 10% difference will be there. Even then, it will be within that range, and with some, say, 15 to 20 references. On the other hand, if you ask the same in Gemini, it will, even if you ask 2000 words, the final that content that you get will be, instead of 2000, there will be some 7000 to 10,000 words. And if you specifically ask for 10 references, there will be definitely 50 references. So it over delivers, but that is good, right? And it will be, the content will be structured in the form of tables. There will be so much flow charts, so many things will be there. Okay, so it's really good for doing a very detailed analysis of any topic, so that you will get an expert in that topic. Okay, so what I done is, like, I went to Gemini. Okay, let me open that. I think I tagged that. Okay, so this was a deep research one. So what I done is that I went to a Gemini, activate the deep research option. Then I gave a prompt like this. I want to create a Claude artifact on teaching neonatal residents on management of stroke in neonates and children. I want to create a 3000 word reference document which contains the clinical guidelines based on the below documents and similar high authority sources. Then there were those three resources that were suggested by Gemini earlier, right? So I copy pasted those here. Okay, so now when you see what happened is, like, it will come up with a research plan like this. Okay, usually the research plan will have 8 steps. So it will tell you, like, okay, I will search the full articles of all the reference article, locate the Canadian Pediatric Society position statement, find that third article, then search for recent high authority clinical guidelines between 2020 and 2025 on this particular topic, then extract the diagnostic criteria and workflow, clinical, so many things it is doing, right? Seizure management protocol is being created, so many things, right? So then it will give you an option to start research. That's being shown here. So when you click on start research, the one I will show you, the screen will split into 2 sections like this. One progress bar will be shown here in a circular manner, and the entire process will take around 10 minutes. Okay, and on the right side, you will see the thinking process. You will see all the websites that are being searched, all the thinking that is being done by Gemini. Okay, and we can even close this, and we can do some other things. And once we come back, we can revisit the chat on the left side, and you will be able to get the full report. Okay, here you can see the full reports. It's a comprehensive report on this particular topic, that is neonatal stroke management guidelines. Okay, so you can see beautiful tables like this. I think more tables will be there. This is another table, right? And there is different it's divided into multiple categories and so on. Okay, so the another table, like, it's a very comprehensive document, and at the end there will be a lot of references also. Here you can see there are so many references, and all are from high authority sources. You can see there are from PubMed. Okay, so many nice ResearchGate. Okay, AHA journal. So many nice resources are there. Okay, and we can click on the this particular export button, and we can click this option, that is create to docs. So when you click create to docs, what happened is, like, it will, after some time, it will create a Google Docs file. So we'll wait for it to load. It will open a Google Docs file which has all this content. And if you need it, it can be directly downloaded as a Word file or a PDF file. Okay, now you can see this is the entire article. And you can see there are 20 pages in it. It's an extensive one. Even though I mentioned 5,000 words, I'm sure that this will be more than 10,000, or it will be somewhere in the 15,000 range. And we click on the file and click on the download, so that this can be downloaded as a PDF file. Okay, so I click on PDF and the file will be downloaded. Now I got my source reference material, which I can attach to our Claude artifact. Okay. Now the advantage of this mode is, like, even though initially Gemini suggested me only 3 topics, 3 guidelines. Now this is like a thoroughly researched PDF which contain all the information needed, right? So whatever scenarios or whatever things that is there in this particular Claude artifact will be accurately based on this reference material. Okay, so I can ensure the accuracy. So this step is highly relevant. All right. So we pass up page number 2. Right. Okay, so I already created one slide on this. So this was the process. I went to Gemini, activated deep research, and gave the prompt that I had already shown you. Now we move on to step number 3, and step number 3 is a fun part. That is the app creation part. How we create the artifact using our Claude. Okay, so let me go back to Claude. Okay, I click on the sidebar. We have already learned this in the module 1, but this is like a revision. So click on artifact. and it will show all those artifacts that is available in the public domain. We click on new artifact. Okay, click on app and websites or whatever, any, or even creative projects, or start from scratch is also fine. Click on apps and website, right? Then it will ask you what exactly that you want to create. What kind of app or website did you want in mind, right? And everything you need to mention. Then again, I got a bit lazy. I thought like, okay, initially Gemini has suggested me the ideas, right? I will just take that previous chat. So here you can see, 1 minute. Let me zoom out a bit so that it will be easier for you to locate. So this was that first chat, right? So in the first chat, it suggested me different types of scenarios, right? In that, I decided to go for this gamified learning simulator option, right? Then what I done is like, I then asked Gemini, because I know that if I directly tell Claude to create the scenario, even after attaching the that reference material, there can be that amount of creativity or amount of accuracy may not be that great, because Claude is really good with creating the app, but to give the scenarios or creating the brainstorming those interesting scenarios, Gemini will be better. Okay, so because of that, I decided to create the scenario directly within Gemini. So for that, after the brainstorming part, I gave a follow-up prompt like this. Okay, so I told like create 5 different scenario for the night call simulator for gamified learning. Then I attached our document also. Okay, you already downloaded the PDF file, right? So this one. Okay, so that particular deep research PDF I downloaded as PDF, attached to Gemini, and told Gemini to create 5 different scenarios for the night call simulator for gamified learning. Use the attached reference material if needed to ensure accuracy. Okay, now again it was a thinking model, so it took some time. I think it took around 3 minutes. It was an extensive thinking step, and after that it came up with different scenario. Okay, scenario 1 was the well baby trap. So there is a situation like this, and these are the 3 decisions that the resident need to take, and which is the correct answer for that particular scenario. Okay, like that, there is a scenario 2, the negative screen, then the options and the correct answer, scenario 3. Okay, and scenario 4, aspirin reflex, and finally dosage pop quiz. Okay, such 5 scenarios were created. So I now have the scenario. I can even, if I feel like these are very simple scenario, I can then give a follow-up prompt like I want more complex scenario in which the resident has to think much. It should be interactive element. I can make it more complex, more and more complex. Okay, but for this demo purpose, I just want to like make a simple one so that you will understand the concept better. Okay. Now, once I got all the 5 scenario, I again gave a follow-up prompt telling like create a standalone prompt to Claude, incorporating all of these and our intentions. Okay. But then a small issue happened is like it was a continuous chat, right? In the first chat, Claude gave me all the 4 different ideas of app creation. Okay. But in this chat, in this follow prompt, I meant only this particular scenario game, right? I didn't mention, I didn't mean the other 3 like apps that it suggested. But when I mentioned all of these, Gemini made a mistake thinking like I want to create everything. Okay, so it created one prompt for the first app suggested, then one for the second, and so on. Okay, so it made some mistakes. Then what I done is like I gave a follow prompt to correct it. Then I specifically mentioned like I want only the standalone prompt for creating the night call simulator along with the scenario. Now I am more clear. So the lesson to be learned here is even though you have something in mind, but if you are not able to express it properly in your prompt, Gemini will think like you want, because Gemini is almost like that Aladdin's genie. Okay, it wants to please you with so much answers. So, but the genie cannot read your mind. So you have to express it properly in your prompt. Then only it will be able to do it in a better way, right? So after I gave this, it created a beautiful prompt like this, which I can directly, then it told me like you can directly copy paste the below prompt to Claude. Okay. And the prompt was you are an expert medical educator and senior React developer. So React is a programming language. So Gemini feel like instead of our traditional HTML, React will be the better programming architecture for creating it. Okay. So we don't need to worry regarding those aspects. Everything will be taken care of automatically. Target audience are neonatology residents. Goal is to test clinical reasoning in high pressure realistic scenario. Then so many technical specification and so on. Okay. So these were the scenarios. Everything was given. Okay. So what I done is there is a copy button here. Okay, I can copy this alone. In case copy button doesn't appear here, there will be a copy button in this area. Okay, you can copy that, but only difference is if you are clicking this copy button, it will, in addition to the prompt, it will copy this area also. This initial lines will come in that scenario, but then you have to delete that. Okay, so I will copy this. I will go back to Claude. Okay, here I will paste the entire prompt. Okay, so now when you try to paste, instead of having the prompt written in the writing area, in this area, it will be pasted like an image here. Okay, but that's completely fine. That's a mechanism in Claude to ensure that whatever you paste will be like preserved with the same formatting. Okay, so don't worry regarding that. And in the plus button, we attach that particular reference material. We had a reference material, right? So that reference material also will be attached. All right, and we will run this. I have already ran the prompt earlier so that I can directly show you the answer. So let me open that. Okay, so this was that particular chat. So here you can see I pasted the prompt and attached the file. So it understood everything, what are the scenarios and all those details. Then it started creating it. Okay, so let me see whether I can open it. Okay, so it gave me a different idea. Then I just want to make it looks very like very attractive. So I add an extra line called make it visual and 3D. By visual I mean like make it visually stunning. But when I type in a fast pace, I missed the stunning part. So I wrote like make it visual and 3D. Then it added a visual element into each of the scenario, like 3D environment, animated 3D and ICU room, so many things, but it didn't happen. But almost it gave a try. So when I click on the one that is created, this was the result I obtained. Okay, here you can see this is the night call. Okay, and these are the 5 cases. This is a score that I obtained for each scenario. And this is a scenario. You are a call to the mother baby unit for a 38-hour-old term infant. The nurse reports rhythmic jerking of the left arm for 2 minutes. When you arrive, the baby is alert, pink, rooting, and looking perfectly healthy. So these are the 3 answers. What's the next step to be done? Okay. So if I click on one of the option, and if it's incorrect, it will automatically highlight. You can see some 3D like coloration, right? Some because of the 3D, some neon like lighting and all has been incorporated. Then it tell me like what exactly is the correct answer and why am I wrong. Then I can go to the next case. Like that, I will be able to proceed. Okay. Then what I notice is like suppose if I want to revisit one particular scenario, now I'm going to the next case, right? So suppose if I want to revisit a new like a case one, there is no option to go back. Okay, so then I put like add a restart button at the top left side. Okay, top to the left side of the shift score. On clicking it, start again from case one. Okay, so when I gave that, this got modified and they added a restart button. Now there is a proper restart button. So when I have the answer, okay, and I click on next case, I think it will take a few seconds for it to go to the next case. Okay, next case. And here is the next case and I can try the answer. Okay, and if it's a correct answer, it will tell me why exactly it is correct and why A and C are wrong. Okay, now this is a very simple type of application. It had only 5 scenarios, but say you are going to Gemini and you are telling Gemini to create say 20 or 50 scenario. It can easily create 50 scenarios for you to teach the residents, and then you attach all those scenarios as a PDF file to Claude, and Claude can expand this into instead of a 5 case app, this can be created into a 50 case app. Okay, and it can add some interesting interactive elements. You can tell it to add some sound when you click on the button. Okay, if you want some small visualization, that can be done. If you want some lights to come, some like pop-ups and all when the answer is correct, or if you want the screen to shake in red color if the answer is wrong, like based on your imagination, you can do so many things. Okay, and once you publish it like that, so that this will become a really cool app in which the residents can actually try out their knowledge, right? How exactly they will respond in each scenario. right? And when you click on the publish button, it will get published like this, and you will get the link. I think we have already learned that. And when you click on the when you revisit the link, it will become a standalone app. Like you will be able to share it with friends, and you will be able to try this out. Okay, so it will be a fully functional app. So in this way, you can create so much resource material in addition to the calculators using Cloud, so that in various scenarios, you can create MCQs also like this, and you can add so much fun elements to this MCQ. And you can even tell it to attach it to a Google Sheet also, so that when students enter the answers to those MCQ, the marks will be automatically stored. So that you can even add a column to enter the name of the student. So it will be a really fun for you to have some interactive elements in the teaching process, so that rather than having our traditional one-sided lectures, this will be like an interactive gamified way of teaching, so that your lectures will be really fun. Your students will love to hear your lectures and so on. Okay, and it's very easy to use. It's completely free also. So that's the idea of using Cloud for creating such interactive educational resources. And this can act like educational companions also in the similar way. Like you can attach the guidelines and you can train it, so that when you have a particular scenario, you can simply enter the case details, so that based on the guidelines present, it give you expert advisors. Say you have a standard guideline on one particular thing, and a baby appeared with this many situations, and you can mention all those details. So it will process whatever information that you have fed to this particular app made in Cloud. So based on the guideline, it will give you expert advisors. Like that, you can create some companions also, which you can use from directly from your mobile phones. So that this will be really useful when you are working in the clinical side. Okay, and this is applicable for all specialty. Not only in this demo, I specifically focused on neonatology, but it's not only restricted to that. You can even create ECG interpreters also. Okay, so they are really fun to use. And I don't remember whether I shown some samples of various Claude based apps that were created by some of our previous participants. So let me, if I have already shown it in the module one, I apologize for the repeating it, but they are really fun to try. So that's why I'm just repeating them. So let me show you one of that. So one was this one. So this was created by one of the one thing. It was created by one sir. I forgot sir's name. No, sir has not put his name in the thing. So this is like a WHO growth assessment tool. So here you can enter the child's name, like say John. Okay, and you can put either the date of birth or age is also fine. So we can, there's a calendar is also provided. So let me put like 1 year. So okay, so 1 year old child, gender is boy. Then we can measure some give some measurements also when the measurement was taken. So child's age. So okay, since age is already there, I think we don't need to put the child's age here. Weight is say 8 kg. Then height is say 90. Head circumference is 45. And calculate growth assessment. Okay, so automatically it will do the growth assessment like this, and we can keep on adding it in a later stage, and we will get a periodic growth history like this. And this can be directly generated and can be directly downloaded as a PDF report. So you will get a detailed growth assessment report for the child called John whenever the child comes to you. Okay, so this is having a database also attached to this. So when another child comes to the like your clinic, so that child will be stored under a different name, like that. Okay, so this is like an interesting application, and PDF can be directly downloaded. Okay, so it's a fun app to try. So such interesting calculators or applications can be created with Cloud. Then I think I will show one more. This is like for basically for data analysis. Again, Cloud was used for like suggesting our statistics is very complex, right? So we find it often very difficult to select which is the most appropriate test to be done for various analysis and all. Okay, based on the like type of variables and all. So when you open this particular app that is made with Cloud, It was made by ma'am. So ma'am, I think ma'am has a very strong statistical base. So we need to mention whether it's categorical or numerical data. Then it'll ask you like how many groups are there. So I go for 3 groups, and it's asking whether they are dependent or independent. Okay, so I'll go for the independent one. So instantly it will tell me it's a chi-square test. Okay, but the interesting part is this is only the beginning. It's in addition to telling you the most exact test to be done, it has a calculator also. You can click the use this test option. So we'll ask for the confidence interval, run the test. Okay, and we can enter the data. There's a data input option here. So here we can enter the data, and you will be able to like do the chi-square analysis also. Okay, in that way there are so many interesting applications. So let me try one more. Pair t-test. Okay, confidence interval, and we will be able to input the. I think somewhere you are able to input the data. I think attach a sheet or something, and you will be able to calculate the analysis. Okay, so that's a very fun application of Claude, and so many things that you can think of. Like these are all like your educational companions, which will help to make your life very easy, right? So this is regarding Claude. I think you are now experts in Claude. So do try it out. The interesting part is like our Google, our Gemini. So let me just open Gemini before concluding. Gemini recently got this update, right? The update is called this one, Gemini 3 Pro. Okay, and 3 Pro, even if you are having a free plan of Gemini, you have access to 3 Pro. Only thing is like you have some daily restrictions, but that will be more than enough for sufficient for our regular use. Okay, and under the 3 plan, 3 Pro, we can go for this option called Canvas. So, 1 minute. Okay. Under this, you can see in the Canvas, you will go for this Canvas option. So, Canvas will appear here. Okay. And suppose if I try to give the same prompt that I had given in our Claude. Okay. So, let me open that prompt. So this was the prompt, right? So this was a prompt. So let me copy this entire prompt. Earlier, our Gemini was really bad with doing any such things. But now what happened is Google 3 Pro has made things really, really good or really, really interesting. This is now able to do it in an efficient way. So only thing is like we need to activate Canvas. Okay. Then run this. Now what happened? Our screen will split into 2 sections. And Gemini also will be able to create the artifacts for you. Okay, so that's a really interesting feature of Gemini. So let's wait for it to activate that. And the best part is this is even more easier for you to like you can see my screen got split into 2 sections. Now on the right side, just exactly how Claude has done this. Now Gemini is also doing this. Okay. Positive side is this is really good with HTML. Like when you're trying to create a website like Path or a calculator and all, this is really good. It can even add images, good visualization and all. Negative side is this is bad with 3D. Like if you want some 3D characters or any such visualization, this is still not that good. But on all other aspect like creativity part, depth of this thing, accuracy part, in all these, Gemini is better. Okay. Another thing is like when you create something in Claude, okay, and you share it, like you created this and you create and you shared it, right? So when you share it, the user, the end user, suppose if you are sharing with the friend will see an option called customize here. Okay, the friend can click on customize, and he or she will get direct access to whatever things that you've already given. Like they have the editing access. Okay, they won't be editing your original app, but they now have a duplicate app with them. Okay, so they can just modify, like change the color theme to purple. Okay, so now they have a complete duplicate of you. Even though you have spent a lot of time on creating this, now they have a copy of yours. Okay, and they can do modifications on that, and they can publish it on their own. Okay, nothing will happen to your original app, but they have a modified version of yours. Okay, so that's one issue with Claude. And presently in the free plan, there is no option to turn off the customize feature or turn off from others from using it. Okay, so that's a major issue. But the good thing regarding Gemini is like once you create the app, like you can see it created the app. It's almost similar to the previous one. Okay, and we can see whether it's working or not. Okay, it's working. It's giving me the details and so on. Okay. And next case, it's showing the next case and so on. I can keep on giving more this thing and it will do all the modification. Okay. And once you have done that, there's a share button. I click on share and it will create a publicly shareable link. Okay. So this is the link. Then I will go to a new tab to test it out. So in this case, it won't be like you can see there is no customize option here. Like your app is safe, right? So everyone can use this like a web page, but nobody will be able to copy. Okay, so that's in my opinion, this is a nice feature because sometimes you create apps with so much effort. You might have put so much your thinking, all those your so much hours, man hours into this. But if someone is copying that and just creating a ripoff of that, then it's not a good thing, right? So always, I think it's always better to go for the Gemini approach. Okay, process is very easy. In Gemini, you activate the like canvas option so that this particular feature will be activated. In the normal mode, it won't be able to create that. That's the only difference. Okay, and this canvas mode is really good with creating websites also. Okay, let me quickly show you the website feature also so that it will be interesting for you, right? So let me just open Gemini. Okay, click on canvas. Okay, so let me think of something that AHA guidelines for CPR. Okay. Okay, so there are some guidelines from AHA on CPR. Okay, say you want to create a website out of this based on this guideline. Okay, so just copy the link, come back to Gemini, create a easy to understand uh create no I'll like easy to understand website on CPR guidelines. Add a modern Outlook, modern interface and theme. Use this link as a reference material. Okay. So this nowadays it is this much easy to create a website. So that's the interesting part. Earlier it was very difficult to create a website. We have to know either WordPress or we have to have access to some really some paid stuffs and all, but nowadays it's not at all required. So I just have a link with me in which information is there. Okay, I can even download, have multiple links like that, and that can be given. Okay, and just give it a try. Only thing, canvas need to be activated. Okay, so I'll just run this in the canvas mode. Again, my screen will split into two sections. It will now you can see it is going to the link and it is investigating that. We can even see the linking. Okay, so my focus is firmly set on the AHA's guidelines. So it is going to the link. I've just finished reviewing the latest CPR guidelines from AHA. Then it is defining the CPR protocol. Okay, it got all the information, designing the interface. It has even decided a color palette. Then decided to go for Tailwind CSS for rapid styling. Then it's telling like this website features a modern clean interface with a rhythm pacer. Okay, to help visualize the conversion speed. Oh, I think we are about to get something really good. A visual pulsing heart animation set to 110 beats per minute. I don't know how well it will be able to pull that off, but we'll see. Then there is something on chain of survival, and this will be mobile optimized. All right, so we'll wait for it to finish. Since it has so much things going on, it might take some extra time, but we'll see. I think it's writing so much code. Now it's almost reaching 400. Oh, it's having categories on infant CPR, child CPR, adult CPR. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think it's finished. Okay, so you can see it's created a website and it even took some inspiration from the original AHA website. So you can see it has a white and blood red color theme, right? So our one is also having the same theme and gave a theme like gave a name like CPR Life Guide. Source is AHA guideline and it has given a link to that particular website. So you can see the link is active and start guide practice rhythm. Okay, so let's give this a try. So let me open it in a new screen by sharing it. Oh, I'm really impressed. Okay. So this particular demo was not a pre-planned one. I was just having a hunch on whether it can create an excellent website. Okay, start guide, practice rhythm. So let's practice rhythm. Okay, push to beat this at. Okay, so it's push to beat this, push to this beat. Okay, I don't know, understand what it means at push to beat. Push. Okay. Oh, I think I need to keep on clicking. Oh, based on this beat. Okay. Oh, understood. So it's telling me the rhythm. Got it. Then child one. So it's giving me guidelines on what should be the adult CPR, 2 plus 2 inches, 100 to 120 beat. Then for child, it should be different, one almost same. Okay, compression, there is a small difference. And it's telling me the chain of survival, opioid overdose, what to do, choking protocol, child choking. Okay, and coming to infant, again, it's changed to fingers. Depth is also changed. Beat is same. Conversion ratio same. Okay. Choking protocol. Now everything is, yeah, this has been also been changed. Then start guide. Okay, guide is this one. Okay. And okay, that's all. I think. Okay. Right, like this. Okay, so you can see instantly it was able to create an excellent website, and you can see the website is live. I don't need to publish it add into domain. Gemini has already created a domain link also under it's as a subdomain, and now I can share this link with anyone. Okay, right, and even has a privacy link. Okay, about page, but I think they haven't added anything. But we can tell like all these things need to be added. Now, if you want to change anything, we can keep on telling it here so that it will keep on adding that to the design. Okay. Suppose if you want to create suppose an image of something. So we'll tell add a image of a person doing CPR above this particular, above the title, it will add that. If you want a new section or something, so that can be added. Like that, you can keep on refining any number of times. Okay. And that will, whenever you make the changes, it will change it in real time. Like whenever you go to this website, automatically, that will be automatically implemented in real time in a dynamic manner. Okay. So again, this can be used for so many learning application also. You want to create a website with so much quizzes, okay, or website with flashcards. So many things can be made in this manner, and this will be really fun to try also, right? And you can even create many. This is a simple version of website, but you can create a complex website with multiple tabs, multiple elements, multi-level websites can be created. Like you can go into deeper into multiple sections. Then it will be really fun to create such websites also. So do give this a try, okay, after watching this, and this will be really fun. Okay, and based on your specialty, you can create so much wonderful things. Okay, I'm sure that you learned so many interesting things during this session. So we will meet again in next session. So thank you.